We are also live via Facebook video. The Sufi word for meditation is maraqba. Maraqba means waiting. What are we waiting for? Just as when you are trying to connect to internet, you have switched on and you are waiting for server to connect to you. Sometimes it takes a little while to connect to the server. If the internet is working slow, it takes a little while to connect. Otherwise, it connects instantaneously. During meditation, we are connecting to that realm, that source of energy, that source of light. Sufis term this as Alam-e-Ghaib, that realm beyond the known, where the masters dwell after they leave the physical world, or even when they are in the physical world, they want to connect you to the energy level. As such as I am, or you are a physical body, emotional body, then other layers. The meditation happens when you are connected to the light body. The light or energy is synonym for the same thing. Light, you are connected to the light. It begins to descend in you, and in that process, it activates various centers. It begins to work just as when you turn on the light in a room that has been dark. Everything becomes incandescent and begins to show. You can correct it. One thing that is very important for meditation is that we need to keep the spine as straight as possible. Once the spine is straight, the flow of energy is not disturbed. So when we sit down on a couch, as my position is, the back is leaning backward. It's supposed to be creating a 90-degree angle with the earth or the ground where you are sitting. This is an important aspect in the meditation. And with that, there comes a state of surur or bliss. You are drowning in that. And let it work on its own. This is the essence of the meditation. The Diamond Sutra, Pure Land Paradise. I have spoken to you in one of the lives when Buddha was not enlightened. Siddhartha Gautam Buddha, he was not enlightened then. He happened to come to a Buddha named Dipankar. Dipankar was sitting, and as Buddha came, he bowed down to Dipankar. But then something strange happened. Dipankar also got up from the seat where he was sitting and he bowed to Siddhartha. This baffled Gautam, he asked, "You are enlightened and I am not. I am a seeker. When I bow down to you, it is acceptable. But I do not understand, why did you bow down to me?" Dipankar said something very strange. It is not strange, it may be. Each seed has the potentiality to become a flower. And when you look at the garden, you go to the garden, there are many birds that are coming onto the surface. One bud blossoms today. The gardener knows that this bud is ready, but it will blossom only tomorrow. So he cuts the rose buds for sale in the market. This bud is ready to blossom today. That bud will blossom tomorrow, so on and so forth. So each individual has to blossom and attain to its fruition. Today I have blossomed. Tomorrow is your chance. Day after tomorrow, maybe 5 more buds may blossom. The process goes on. So he said, my life has come to an end. I have blossomed. But I am seeing in you that soon the blossoming will happen to you. So I am paying my respect to a flower that is yet to blossom. And when you will attain to fruition, I will not be alive. So I am paying the respect to you now. This particular session of the talk relates to the dialogue between Buddha and Subhuti regarding Dipankar. Although I said it is a dialogue, but sometimes it happens that although in Diamond Sutra Subhuti did not ask and Buddha did not say anything, it was a silent communion, and Anand reports that. Imagine a situation when mother and daughter talking and they don't want anybody else to hear. They talk in silent gestures. And if you are accustomed, familiar to know the kind of gestures the mother and daughter do, you will be able to figure out what they are actually saying. Sometimes the lover and beloved talk in silent language. The words do not flow. All communication happens in silence. when mother and the daughter are conspiring, it is better to use the word, for something for their father they don't want him to know, and all of a sudden the father is spotted, the words disappear and silent communion happens. But if you are smart enough, you will know what they are up to their sleeves. So you just skip it. So something like that happened between Subhuti and Buddha. There can be no better example than to explain to you what would have happened between Subhuti and Buddha. Silent communion, but Anand is smart enough. He knows what is going on and he reports it for us. The Lord asked, "What do you think, Subhuti? Is there any dham, the principle, which Tathagat has learned from Dipankar? Do you think that Tathagat is the name for Buddha? Just as Farid used to say for him, he removed the I, he used to say sister. So use the third person. He does not say I. Instead he uses the word Tathagat. Thus came, thus gone. The Lord asked, "What do you think, Subhuti? Is there any dham which the Tathagat has learned from Dipankar?" Subhuti replied, "Not so, Lord, there is not." The Lord said, "If any bodhisattva would say, 'I will create harmonious Buddha field,' he would speak falsely. I am not creating any harmonious Buddha field or anything. Things happen on its own. It's not my doing. The moment I think or I say that I am creating the meditativeness, no. All the people together, sitting in harmony, their presence brings that energy force, opens that source of light, and it begins to flow. The moment earth begins to lament for the raindrops to fall, the clouds respond and begins to shower. The shower is the response of the call of the earth, a request that I am thirsty, and the cloud responds, "You are all thirsty for that shower," begins to happen. The harmonies of Buddha field, Subhuti, as no harmonies, have they been taught by Tathagat? Therefore he speaks of harmonious Buddha field, the Lord said. And again, Subhuti, suppose a woman or a man were to announce, and again, Subhuti, suppose a woman or a man were to renounce all their belongings as many times